Here's a fun headline to start out your Thursday morning with. Tucker Carlson analyzes Lindsey Graham's, quote, strange psychosexual relationship to violence, close quote. Reading from Mediaite. Tucker Carlson analyzed Senator Lindsey Graham's strange psychosexual relationship to violence on Wednesday, arguing that such men were, quote, a very recognizable phenomenon, close quote, throughout history. I'm not sure whether or not Tucker Carlson mentioned Senator Graham's ladybugs. During an appearance on the Tucker Carlson show, Republican politician Paul Dans, is that a Heritage Foundation guy? I can't remember. Who's challenging Lindsey Graham for his seat in 2026, criticized his opponent for being, quote, obsessed with foreign war, quote, while rural America is decaying. Quote, rural America is decaying, the industry moved out, and this is what we get. We get a senator who's obsessed with foreign war. Hang on one second. I knew I was right. Paul Dans was in charge of Project 2025 for the Heritage Foundation until Chris LaCivita had him fired. Chris LaCivita, one of Trump's campaign co-chairs, had him fired from the Heritage Foundation during the 2024 campaign because people were very closely associating Donald Trump with Project 2025, probably because the actual Project 2025 document mentions Donald Trump's name something like 300 times. And Chris LaCivita didn't want that attention, so he had Paul Dans fired from the Heritage Foundation. So getting back to his quote and what he was saying, this frame that a U.S. senator would spend 3 days in Washington and then run off to Kiev and hold hands with a foreign dictator who has suspended elections, who has imprisoned the opposition, who has shut down the press, and then Carlson jumped in mocking, what about a weirdly hot foreign dictator in tight-fitting military uniform or a tracksuit? I'm just saying there are mitigating circumstances here. Okay, so Tucker Carlson is implying that Lindsey Graham has a hot gay sexual crush on the Ukrainian president, Zelensky. Paul Dans responded with, well, look, I mean, his sexuality is his own thing, but if it's based on kind of his psychosexual urge for violence, then that's a problem. And then Tucker Carlson started shouting, it is. Let's stop lying. Okay, I'm not being mean. This is a very recognizable phenomenon that has reoccurred throughout history, and it is tied up in your personal life. And I'm not talking about Senator Graham's sexuality, but the way that you live reflects your values and it affects your opinions on everything. So if you have children and grandchildren, Senator Graham does not, you have by definition a vested interest in stability and peace. You're instinctively opposed to violence. You lie awake as the head of a household thinking, if there's a home invasion, what do I do? That's how your brain works. If you don't have a family, and if you're about Grindr or whatever is going on here, then you've got a completely different set of values. Like, it's just a fact. Like, I'm sorry, that's true. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. So if you're a United States Senator and you have children and grandchildren, you care about things like, protecting your family. If you're not married and you don't have children or grandchildren, such as Senator Graham, if you don't have that, quote, and if you're about Grindr or whatever is going on here, then you've got a completely different set of values, close quote. Okay. Political commentators have speculated for years over the sexuality of Graham, a lifelong bachelor who has never married or had children. Informal White House advisor Laura Loomer claimed in August that, quote, several of President Trump's staff had told her, quote, in confidence that Lindsey Graham is gay. Lindsey Graham, meanwhile, denies those rumors, but may or may not have a secret gay crush on Ukrainian President Zelensky. So hashtag ladybugs.